Let me know when you start.
Oh, we're starting right now. What's up?
Right now?
Shush. I'm starting it right now, okay? Let's go for it.
All right.
What's up, you grievous gremlins? It's your boy, Headstrong Hick-Cast with appealing Avaritia. We're going to be talking about gourmet and glorious game design.
I see you've been working on your alliteration. Headstrong Hick-Cast.
Appealing Avaritia.
Appealing Avaritia. That's... I like that one. That's a good one, Hick-Cast. I see you really put a lot of effort into that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as always, welcome to Pod-Kura.
Of course.
As my lovely co-host said, we're talking game design today.
Oh my god!
So
I love game design.
I do too. You know, and it's a really, really interesting topic, I think, because
it leads into my Dungeon Master skin. Because, oh my gosh, watching Matt Colville talk about game design, you're sitting there like, yes, game design. When you're playing a game and you're thinking, oh man, I love this, but it could be better.
It could be better.
Yeah, that's basically game design right there, starting out right there.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, and I think a firm definition of what is game design is probably a good place to start here. I think about the elements that go into a game and sort of the philosophy behind it. And how I want to discuss sort of how it's changed in the last, because even in just the last 20 years, we've seen dramatically shift.
I mean, if you want to look at it like a huge thing that you can tell game design has changed, look at Baldur's Gate, the video game.
Baldur's Gate. You look at the early Baldur's Gate games, and then you look at Baldur's Gate 3, which is being done by Larian, and just how much that has changed is, I think, really, really interesting. And I prefer Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anyone would disagree
I could
with that.
understand how to play Baldur's Gate 2 and 1, but I just can't. The game design is so outdated and archaic, I can't understand it.
Oh, the secret is...
Fun. It looks so fun, but also, God, it's a fucking maze of a game.
So, what I found is the secret is you play it like a turn-based game. So, every time that you get back to the top of the initiative order, you pause it. And then you order a new series of commands, and that tends to make the game work.
It's more like the spells and shit. I'm so confused at just like I was trying to cast spells, and I just couldn't do it. And I don't know if that's a game design thing or whatnot, but I don't know. I looked at Icewind Dale. I
think that's a UI. I think that's a UI problem.
The Icewind Dale game is apparently really popular for the combat. Everyone says the combat in that one is just so much better. And then it leads to Neverwinter Nights being like their most recent being... Yeah, Neverwinter Nights being that 3D kind of Diablo-esque style.
Right. Yes.
But that one is really popular. I see people playing that all the time still.
Right.
It was on sale for the summer sale for Steam, but now that's over. I tried playing Divinity. I mean, it's a bit slow for me. I just can't get into it.
It is slow. There's no disagreement about that whatsoever. It is a slow game. It is much more methodical.
I don't know how I can just sit there as a DM and a player and play D&D, but not enjoy playing these games. I don't know how the game design works like that. It's entirely foreign to me.
That is really interesting. It's interesting to me that you don't like Divinity's combat, especially considering how much D&D we play.
Oh, yeah. Well, the combat's fine. The rest of the gameplay is the issue, because I'm trying to sit there and get interacted with it, and I just can't.
Cool. There are updates that fix that.
I'm playing the Definitive Edition.
The Definitive Edition, do you take advantage of the sprint function and the gift bag functions?
Yeah.
Oh, really? And you still can't stand it? That's interesting.
I don't. I got so bored of it, and I was like, the combat was great. I feel like it could be a bit more streamlined than it is.
It could be better.
Yeah, it could be better. We're talking about game design already.
Yeah. So what would you change about it?
If I was to change about it, first off, the AP, calling it AP is kind of weird. I would probably just call it actions. Stick it more to D&D-esque style. And Yeah. Using the little circles as indicators for attacking and actions you can do. I would probably not stick with the circles like that. I would probably change that up.
So you don't like the action point system?
Yeah.
Okay.
As well as the movement's slow. I don't know why there's a fucking walk in that game. That's something I would instantly change there. Be like, sprint all the time.
Oh yeah, no, there's
mods for that.
On the console, at least you can fix that pretty easily.
Yeah. And I use.
So I'll get around that.
I mean, it's a co-op thing. You can do that, and you can set up with controllers to play like that.
Yeah.
For the PC.
We should play that together.
That's a thing. Well, maybe. Okay, maybe.
We just won't play it with your brother because I know how much you hate playing it with your brother.
Oh my god.
So Hick-Cura's brother will just speed through all of the dialogue and all the story stuff without stopping to enjoy any of it.
He's played the game so many times. He's like, yeah, I just get bored of this part.
I mean, that's reasonable.
Yeah, because like when I play Dark Souls, I just I could do the first bit of the game in like 30 minutes and be like, yep.
Right.
And it's like
I mean, it still, I think, takes me 3 or 4 hours to get to the first area of Divinity 2. It takes forever, just because there's so much you have to do in order to beat the final encounter of that area. Otherwise, it just isn't possible.
Tutorials piss me off. And that's why on any game that has tutorials, I like to fucking mod the fuck out of it to get out of there. Dark Souls is an exception because I like the tutorial Dark Souls. Because you could fucking just beat it quickly and just keep running. And not do
it feels like a part of the game. It doesn't feel like tacked on.
Dark Souls 2? What fucking tutorial?
Dark Souls 2 does. Yeah, Dark Souls 2 just sends you straight into the shit.
The Dark Souls 3
here's some rocks.
Dark Souls 3 pisses me off with its tutorial. I don't like Gundyr as a boss fight.
I don't like that the Firelink Shrine is not connected to the rest of the world.
They perfected it with Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1. Mostly Dark Souls 1. But then they're like, you know what? Towards the later end of Dark Souls 1, we're going to fuck it all up.
Seriously.
Yeah. And then Dark Souls 2 had its director's change through development, and that's why it's different.
Right.
And it's just like... The game design of Dark Souls, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Souls. Have you ever seen Kingsfield?
What's that?
Kingsfield, the original Souls-like, people like to call it.
Oh, yeah. Software's first games that they ever came out with, yeah.
It's a really neat first-person game to walk around and dungeon crawl and stuff. Mm-hmm. There's even a Moonlight Greatsword in there.
I believe that.
Yeah. So, coming from that to going to Demon Souls, and you saw me play like a few minutes of Demon Souls and stuff.
I did, yes.
And Demon Souls is entirely different from Dark Souls, and Dark Souls is entirely different from Dark Souls 3. There's just this huge step between each games, either step forwards or step back. And I will say this, Dark Souls is slower than Demon Souls.
Yes, it is.
It's ridiculous. It is. Because of how Dark Souls is.
Yeah, Dark Souls is very... It's very methodical, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very... Every step you take feels... Yeah. Well, unless you play it like I do, which is just a frantic scream fest as you run from skeletons. But, you know.
Zweihandler.
Yeah.
Yeah. But watching how the game changes from being this more ground-based combat with magic that you can use. Magic was not the main point. I mean, it was powerful, but then it's like, hey, trying to get spell slots back is fucking impossible.
Oh, it's a pain in the ass.
Dark Souls 2 is like, here's some things that you can do to get your spell slots back, but spells weren't even that powerful. Well, miracles weren't. Spells were pretty baller.
Spells were pretty dope, yeah.
And then they're like, people like spells. We should do more of that. And they fucking just destroyed the fucking game in Dark Souls 3, making it just anime.
Oh, and Dark Souls 3 is anime as fuck. I still love it. It's my baby.
But
it is anime as fuck. I don't think anyone will contest that.
Yeah. It's ridiculous because I like a game where I can just continue leveling and stuff because I want to feed my dopamine with those level ups, you know? Just like, I've been doing good. That's why I love playing Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. I want to play.
Oh yeah.
I want something to replace Dark Souls for me, and sometimes I pick up Wildlands, which is that dopamine for me, and that entire bit, like, the creators are trying to find that dopamine connector in your brain to get you that to keep playing, and that is what I think.
So this is really awkward. You cut out for that entire soliloquy.
Oh no!
Did not catch any of that.
I think my Ethernet might have just minorly unplugged. Hold on, let me fix that for a second.
Well, no, you didn't disconnect from the chat. You just kind of cut out on my end. I think my internet's just being garbage as usual.
Yeah, maybe. But I was just talking about how, God, my mouth just flowed words. So
Oh, good. Good.
That's the best way to talk.
Whatever you said, Hick-Cura, I'm sure I completely agree with whatever.
I'm talking about game designers trying to find the dopamine in your head. They're like, yeah, let's see how long we can get you to keep playing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, there's definitely solid. Well, what's interesting to me is, like, you go back to games like, because I just got the Ninja Gaiden collection today.
I have never played Ninja Gaiden. I've only over the shoulder watched my brother play it. I watched him beat Ninja Gaiden 2.
I'm having fun with it. I don't like it as much as I like other action games in the genre, like God of War and stuff like that. I like way
From
better.
Software made a Ninja Gaiden clone.
Did they really? What is it?
I don't remember the name of it, but it also has a Moonlight Greatsword in it.
Honestly, that makes sense.
And also, it's entirely heavy on action cutscenes, button prompts, like press A quickly.
QTs.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it's a good game or not. I know Iron Pineapple did a video at it, but it's not on my list of things I want to play.
I'll do some research into it. But what's interesting to me is, like, if Ninja Gaiden came out today, it would be a open world affair. I guarantee you.
Yeah, open worlds. People are throwing open worlds around all the time now.
Which I kind of like. I like the open world setup because it allows me, first of all, I'm able to grind easily, which is nice. But I also don't have to worry about that BS of dealing with stage transitions.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's just one area. I like that a lot more.
There's a mod in Skyrim called Open World Skyrim, which instead of the kingdoms being like loading areas you need to load into, you can just the doors are open to their gates and you can just walk into the kingdoms and leave.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's really fucking cool. And
I like that.
That's another thing about game design. Modding is an integral part of game design, I think, because the amount of overwork that these developers have and these coders, oh my god, they are being overworked and crunched out of their mind. I think modding has taken the place of cheat codes and whatnot. And oh my god, that's what we need that in our life. We need a bit of modding.
I'm really fond of modding communities. I think that they have some great quality of life improvements. Like, do you remember a couple of years ago when Kingdom Come Deliverance came out?
Yeah.
That was, yeah. And, like, they had the limited save system and shit like that, and modders went and were like, yeah, let's just fix that really quick. Stuff like that, because I think a lot of times game designers, they get a little, and really you can say this about any artist, they get caught up in their vision.
Yeah.
And they don't stop to ask themselves if they should. They get so caught up with the idea of if they can, that they don't bother to ask if it's a good idea.
Entirely,
you know what I mean?
About that, yeah. Which is just,
and it's just
sad.
You know, it's like Black Coffin. It's Black Coffin, Hick-Cura. You got so caught up with the question of could you that you didn't ask if you should.
Yeah, right. And D&D, oh my god, talking about D&D and game design, the amount, each edition. So first we got D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, which was an entirely archaic system. What the fuck is Thaco?
Thaco? I think Thaco's an ancient alchemical formula.
Thaco means to hit AC 0, and it's ridiculous.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling the people.
Oh,
the people must know.
Gotcha.
And
gotcha. Okay.
no one understood what it meant. Really, it was so hard. And then they came out with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which was better, but still just as bad. I mean, come on, imagine if Elden had a D4 hit die.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm okay.
And we go.
I could die from a dagger.
Yeah. And then we still go to probably my favorite edition. It has to be 5th edition right now, but my second favorite is not 3.5. It is Skills and Powers 2.5.
Yes, quite.
I don't know. It's so much different than the other ones, which actually makes it really fun to deal with.
Sure. Yeah.
Because 3.5 kind of went back to more that dungeon delving kind of like first AD&D kind of shit, which everyone loved. And then 4th edition's like, what if we build more into the story and whatnot, and actually make it a big world, but still able to be played online really well, and make it easier for dungeon masters to use. Like 4th edition, oh my god! If you've been watching Matt Colville's game sessions, which you should on Twitch,
I have not.
He's been running 4th edition games with Dale Kingsman, another YouTuber, and a few people from the chain. And they have been some of them have been like, why don't we just switch the chain to 4th edition? Because they're having so much fun with that. And it's so much easier. Because, like, Dale Kingsman asked Matt a question to one of the creatures, a shambling mound. And they were only doing a one-shot thing. And it was like a question like, what is the campaign about? And he's like, oh shit, I have to improv this. And he improved it really well. And it just worked. And you know how creatures are all CRs and stuff?
Yeah, of course.
In 4th edition, there's tools to change the CR of a creature, and it down levels them.
Oh no, 4th edition has some great tools. I really like the way that they break monsters into controllers, artillery, brawlers, all of that stuff. I really like
Strongholds and Followers is just Matt Colville stealing things from 4th edition.
Yes, true.
I think it's hilarious because
I agree with this statement. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I can't wait for my Kingdoms and Warfare book to come in. That's what I'm waiting for.
So excited.
I don't know how it's going to be.
Start conquering shit. And Hick-Cura. Because
it feels like the Strongholds and Followers is more of a DM's guide, like a campaign guide.
Sure.
And then absolutely. Kingdoms and Warfare, I hope it's more like a player's guide.
Well, what I like about Strongholds and Followers is that it gives you an incentive to settle down.
Which
it gives you an incentive.
I love it.
Yes, I do too. Like, and that's something I've been having a lot of fun with. With
Barwin.
Eldon getting with Eldon getting his wizard tower, and with Barwin getting his keep.
Oh yeah.
Like being a part of this world and sort of the politics of the world has been really, really fun.
Oh yeah, and we gotta get deeper into those politics and whatnot.
I know. We do.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah. Talk about politics. Feeding things to some Draugr is probably not gonna look great.
Does not look great.
And it's gonna be something I deal with.
Technically, you would think of Strongholds and Followers as a mod. It's a game design. It's adding on to Dungeons and Dragons.
Absolutely, yeah.
Matt Colville thinks of Dungeons and Dragons like this. Wizards of the Coast, he says Wizards of the Coast does not own Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is a tradition that we do sitting at the table. They own rules, and that's all it is. You can make your own rules to it.
Yeah.
Which people do.
That's what homebrew is.
Oh, yeah. They can't stop us. As long as we're not selling it, it's not illegal.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that homebrew and these traditions at tabletop RPG tables is where so much of this modding community comes from, is this ability to look at something and say, I like this, but there's some things I'd like to do a little bit differently. There's some things I'd like to see done differently.
This is good, but I like this.
But it could be better.
Yeah, I need to order the Ghostfire gaming set of stuff.
Yes, you do. We really need to own Grim Hollow.
Yeah, I got the PDF of it, and that's all I have. And I need to order a hard copy.
Yeah.
Because, oh boy.
Because, God, those transformations are cool. I love all that stuff in there.
But it's so hard to finger through the PDF.
Oh, yeah, it takes forever.
Yeah, and
it takes forever to navigate
I started
the PDF.
running a single game with No, we're not getting off track. I started running Prince of the Apocalypse, and I'm using a PDF, which is awful. So don't do it, guys. Use D&D Beyond or hardcover. I remember I tried to make my own tabletop game system, like an add-on to a Palladium role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I recall you talking about this.
I was like, obviously it's not complex enough because I don't think it's perfect. And Josh liked it. He's like, this is actually much better. It added a few more things onto what I think the game needed. But after looking at purchasing some books that they have, like Rifters and some more books that they had, that covered up the holes that I patched myself.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's the problem with a game system made by one person.
Yeah.
He's not updating it. It's not going from a second edition to a third edition. It has been in its second edition, which is just first edition with like colorful corners.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for one person to make an entire thing, and books as well. You're writing your book, and eventually you're gonna need an editor and stuff. You had like 50,000 words, right, or what?
We're close to 50,000. I've actually got
I think you should get to 100,000. 100,000 is what I think you should publish that at.
I'm shooting for 100,000. That's where I want to be.
I will put that as a trailer on my fucking channel. I'll be like, I'm sponsored by this guy.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
What do you pay me in a sponsorship? A root beer soda.
Yeah, it's root beer.
Yeah, no alcohol.
No, I know. I need to finish that book. I need to sit down and do that. Okay, we are cutting out hard. Like, it feels like every 2 seconds I'm losing you.
I'm connected to my Ethernet. I have my good. We're having some trouble, but this is the best we can do right now. You're leaving on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be out of town tomorrow.
Yeah, and then you're going to be gone for a bit, so we won't be able to get the podcast on Len. So that's what we're doing it now.
I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. I could probably bring my laptop and headphones with me.
This is fine. We can continue talking right now. We have 22 minutes.
Well, no. The deal is I keep you
missing. There he goes. We lost him, guys.
Like this.
Yep, we lost him. And then there he is. He's back.
Yeah.
That's your Starlink talking, I think.
Yeah. Well, it just isn't consistent is the issue.
Yeah, because
and I don't know what I did with my Ethernet cable. I'm not sure where I put that. Tell you what, let's we'll put out a message on the Discord or something and just let them know that we're running into some technical difficulties with my internet being shit this week.